Okay, hello everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to stream from Albagnano the combined practice of Lama Ganchen Rinpoche. Why? Because actually, Lama Ganchen said we should continue as normal. So normal means we should have all our beautiful singers, yeah, like Carmen and Gabriela and Maria Cristina and Nune and all the team, yeah, all our beautiful singing team, and do the like as we did also in Elkanah, of course, who's not there this year, but anyway, we should do the practice together like that. So that was our idea, okay, but looks like because of the Christmas and the internet connection's not working so well, so we're not quite sure if it'll be possible, but never mind, we'll do like this, okay. I will transmit from here, and then we'll switch off my stream in about half an hour, and we'll switch over to Albagnano, and we'll do the practice together, and also I'll do it from here, but you won't hear me, okay. Anyway, so we'll do like that. Anyway, so what I was saying before, I was speaking about actually the qualities of the of Rinpoche's NgalSo system. And just to summarize what I was saying before, is that we're so lucky, you know, that we have this authentic lineage, that this incredible gift that Lama Ganchen Rinpoche leaves to all of us, okay? And I was saying that the sources of inspiration that Lama Ganchen had for this NgalSo combined practice were firstly, he received all these teachings from his own gurus, who he said were like living Buddhas, and also he meditated on all the different practices himself and got his own realization of the practices which are combined, which are in this practice, okay? So first thing is his own experience, okay? Second, when he went to Borobudur in 1992, in December 1992, he had a vision, yeah? Like a vision means not like fantasy, but directly he saw his gurus, Buddhas, spiritual protectors, and he asked for permission in order to open up the Ganda Ningyu system, our lineage, in a way that many modern people can follow, okay? Why? Because the world needs, okay? Because it's really, really necessary, you know, for all the positive things that we take out now, yeah? To enact a change in society, yeah? To bring peace to the world and so on. So second thing was that Rinpoche received the permission from all his gurus, Buddha Bodhisattva Dakini in the Borobudur Stupa Mandala in central Java, yeah, okay? Then I was saying third source of inspiration was that was from what's called the NgalSo Neljo Gelpo, which is a very special book of yogic practices that was written in the 12th century, and it was written by somebody called Trupu Lotsawa, together with one great Indian Mahasiddha called Maitri Yogi, okay? So Trupu Lotsawa actually was Rinpoche's past life, okay? And so it's actually 2,000 pages long, this book. So when Rinpoche came back from Borobudur to Kumpen Lama Ganchen, yeah, at the same time, as a positive interdependence, this special book of yogic practices arrived from India somewhere, okay? And so anyway, so the combination of the two, then Rinpoche actually read this book he'd written 800 years before. And actually in this book, I know because I worked together with Rinpoche on the NgalSo system, it says, these teachings are not for now, they're for the future generations. So until then, I'm going to hide them in the heaven, yeah? So I don't know how many volumes they had of this book. Maybe there was just the one, I don't know, or not, you know? So anyway, so Rinpoche had actually written all these practices for us for the 20th, 21st centuries, yeah? And so like many of the key points of our NgalSo tradition are taken out from there, okay? Right, so that's a very major source of our NgalSo tradition. Then fourth source of inspiration actually is the NgalSo books of one famous Tibetan master called Longchenpa, yeah? And then the fifth source of inspiration in terms of the view of reality is Lama Tsongkhapa's view of emptiness. So Rinpoche said if we want to know about that, we should refer to the Praise of Interdependent Origination written by Lama Tsongkhapa, okay? So that, and also the sixth source of inspiration is the Gyawa and Sapa, yeah? So in the collected works of Gyawa and Sapa, who was posthumously known as the first Panchen Lama, he wrote a very special practice of the 5 Yamantakas, yeah? So all these that we can say are like somehow are like the sources of inspiration, or let's say, as we say in our tradition, the textual sources of the NgalSo tradition, okay? Just in case you're wondering, but it is important to know these things, okay? Okay, so then I was reading the preface. Okay, this sadhana, there's a download link on the ngalso.org website. Yes, so please download the PDF so we can follow the sadhana together. And I had just read the author's preface, Rinpoche's preface. Okay. And so Rinpoche was saying that when he came to the West, he understood immediately, almost immediately, that his way of practicing, of doing, like remember Rinpoche entered a Buddhist monastery when he was 2 years old, okay? He was recognized as an incarnation when he was 2, and when he was 4, he was enthroned as Ganshin Rinpoche in the Ganshin monastery in Western Tibet, yeah? So from very young age, Rinpoche was fully immersed in this incredible spiritual tradition, yeah? Okay, but but immediately when he got to the West, and the first retreat he did with some of our friends was saying Om Muni Muni, I think 25 times or something, yeah, okay? So he immediately, and everybody was like, this is difficult, yeah? So he immediately understood that there was something, some gap, let's say, between modern people's ability and capacity, yeah, and what Rinpoche had been educated in. So therefore, Rinpoche, let's say, all that incredible knowledge, yeah, and in energy and experience, he repackaged in the form of the NgalSo teachings. It's like one key, a wisdom key, which gives us the possibility to open up this incredible lineage of spiritual practice for healing, for personal development, to make peace of the environment, and so on. Okay. Let me just. Okay. So anyway, then it says he understood immediately that. It says the complex meditation practices of like Guya Samadhi, Huka, Yamantaka, these kinds of things, yeah, with many faces and arms, will be difficult for modern people who have no habit in those things, yeah. So then Rinpoche asked permission of his gurus and yidams, yeah, in Borobudur, yeah. So then, having received their approval, yeah, he decided to transmit the same meditative practices, the essence of the Ganda Ningyo tradition, by emphasizing the recitation and visualization of the seed syllables and the basic mantras of the supreme healers that make up the various mandalas, yeah? Okay, so also this I'd like to say something about, yeah? So Rinpoche practice, which we'll see now, for example, we do like Om, Ahum, Soha, and so on, yeah? So this practice of marking the seed syllables on the body and so on, yeah. Now this is actually not something made up by Lama Ganshin, yeah. Okay. Actually, as far as we know in Buddhist history, the first person that started with this practice of putting the seed syllables, like as you'll see with the touching of the points and the meditation, this condensed way of doing all the Guru Buddhas of the body mandala. This was actually originated, as far as we know, by Mahasiddha Lakshminkara, yeah? Now, she's one of the 84 Mahasiddhas, yeah? Very high, important Buddhist master, female master, yeah? And she was fundamental, actually, in the Guya Samadhi Tantra, Chakrasamvara, Yamantaka, many of these tantras in the Indian Mahasiddha period, yeah? In the 8th, 9th century in India, okay? And so she was the one actually that started with all this, what you'll see now with Rinpoche's combined practice. So as it just happens, yeah, Lakshminkara, Mahasiddha Lakshminkara, is recognized in our Buddhist world as also being a previous incarnation of our Lama Ganshin, okay? So obviously, like, Rinpoche has a very strong connection with Lakshminkara, her thought and so on, yeah, okay? So that's another thing that must have like manifested from his let's say subconscious, awake, from his own continuum of past lives, okay? Anyway, so then Rinpoche says, through familiarity with the seed syllables and their essential meaning, the various aspects of mind and states of consciousness, and by being familiar with the location of the deities. Actually, Rinpoche said we should say Guru Buddhas, actually. through the location of the Guru Buddhas in both the inner body mandala and the outer in front mandala, a practitioner can more easily approach the complete visualization of the Guru Buddhas themselves and their mandalas, yeah? And okay, so this is very high things, actually, yeah, okay? This, what we're going to do, actually, in the Rinpoche's combined practice is basically like the combined essence of our Ganda Ningu tradition, okay? But in a way that's possible for us to get something, okay? Because Lama Tsongkhapa, who's the founder of our Gandan tradition, our Gelugpa tradition, yeah, he emphasized that for somebody to achieve enlightenment in one lifetime, yeah, or any lifetime, we need to practice what's called the union of Sutra and Tantra, okay? Sutra is, okay, Lamrim, the great Mahayana text. We need to develop definite emergence, bodhicitta, and we need to understand reality. We need to understand about emptiness and dependent arising, okay? So we need the three principal aspects of the path, yeah, okay? Then on top, we need to practice this first part of the Tantra, of the Mahayana, which is called the Tantric path, the Vajrayana path, okay? So, in our tradition, Lama Tsongkhapa, the founder of our tradition, he said that for somebody to fully realize their human potential in one short human lifetime, they should practice what's called the Guhya Samaja Tantra, the Chakrasamvara Tantra, and the Yamantaka Tantra together, okay? Yeah. But, yeah, the thing is, yeah, as Rinpoche says here in the preface, for most modern people, that's not possible. I mean, okay, for some special people who have the habit, it's possible, like some lamas, some tulkus, some monks, some nuns, some practitioners, they can do, yeah? I'll give you one example. So I have two friends, yeah, okay? And they were disciples of the previous Song Rinpoche, who's Lama Ganchen teacher, okay? And one time they went to Gandham Monastery in South India, and the Song Rinpoche was giving a series of initiations. Of course, they said, oh, we want to go, okay? So His Holiness Song Rinpoche gave the initiations of Guhya Samaja, Haruka, Yamantaka, Vajrayogini, Tarasitamani, okay? And Chud, okay? Like the traditional set of Gelugpa practices, okay? But being the Gandham monastery, each one came with a samaya, a commitment to do every day the practice, yeah? So my friends, they came out of this week visit to Gandham with a book like that, like an A4 book, this thick, yeah? With all the meditations that they promised to do every day. It was thick like a telephone directory, yeah? And they used to take them like 5 or 6 hours every day to recite that, to read through and meditate on this, okay? Which of course is wonderful, we rejoice, but most people, this is not possible, okay? So if the way to achieve enlightenment in our Ganda Ningu tradition is to unify the practices of Guhya Samaja, Haruka, and Yamantaka, how are we going to do, yeah? And Vajrayogini and Tarachitamani and Kalachakra and all these incredible things and Sutra. How on earth is anybody going to be able to do this? So Lama Ganchen, with his wisdom, he devised over many, many years the NgalSo combined practice, yeah? So we're so lucky, yeah? First thing is it allows us to always keep the connection with these practices, yeah, okay? So it's good at the beginning. It's like one special key which opens the door to these great and incredible tantric systems, yeah? So of course, when you open the door, then of course each one is incredible system, yeah? And you can go through and there's so much to practice, so much to meditate on, incredible commentaries and so on, yeah? So this practice also is good in the middle when we actually practice and get into it, once we understand what the practices involve, yeah? And also it's good at the end of the practice because finally, actually this is something that Rinpoche said last December, you know? He said, actually it was in the last Kala Chakra winter retreat that we did in Albagnano. So he said that, we're doing all these like very long practices, like, for example, NgalSo Kala Chakra, many, many long, complex meditational practices, which we like, of course. But he said, finally, in the last moment, we're not going to practice like that. What we need is an essential practice, something easy to do, not reciting many, many things and so on, yeah? So also this practice, so it's good at the beginning of our practice is opening like many doors into the Mahayana, into the Vajrayana. Like Rinpoche, when we went around with him, no? Really, it was like wherever he went, all the doors were open, yeah? All chapels, all temples, everywhere, they opened, no? Yeah? And which, if we went by ourselves, complete impossible. The doors are shut now. But for Rinpoche, all doors of the Tibetan tradition were completely open, and we saw the most incredible things as a result of going with him, no? Okay? So in the same way, he's opened the doors of all the secret practices, yeah? And why? Because these practices are healing practices. The idea of Lord Buddha Shakyamuni was for everybody in the world, yeah, to be able to benefit from his teachings according to their own capacity, yeah, okay? So Lama Genshin, what his idea was that his teachings, he said himself, it was like, he called it a spiritual supermarket. He said, anybody in the world are welcome to listen to my teachings and try and put them into practice. It doesn't matter whether you call yourself Buddhist or Hindu or Christian or Jewish or Muslim or atheist or scientist, whatever, doesn't matter. Everybody is welcome to come in and try, yeah, okay? So he gave like this incredible open approach, yeah? Of course, if you like to try, then afterwards, there's many things to know, many practices to do, yeah? But anyway, Rinpoche kindly opened the door, yeah, because most systems, they're not open at all, yeah? So Rinpoche allowed people to pass through into this incredible tradition of realization, okay? Okay, so it's good at the beginning, it's good in the middle, and it's good at the end, at the last moment. If we practice this, it's also the best practice we can do, even in the last time preparing ourselves to enter into the clear light experience, has transformed the death and used the death as a path to enlightenment, as Rinpoche himself showed us, yeah? And of which we saw many incredible signs, and he showed his own realization very clearly, yeah, to everybody. We saw all those incredible rainbows when he was in the tug dam for 3 days, and so on and so on, yeah, okay? So anyway, so Rinpoche said, I request for forgiveness from the gurus, yidams, dakas, and dakinis for any error and omission that may have occurred in the compilation of these practices, and ask for their blessing so that these precious teachings can be transmitted in the best possible way. Yeah. Okay. So this is Rinpoche's gift to me, to you, to each and every one of us. Okay. So now what we'll do is try and put that into practice. Why? Because this is called liberation in the palm of your own hand, is because, as the Buddha said, if I could wash away your suffering with water, I would do so. If I could remove your suffering like pulling a thorn out of your hand, I would do so, but I can't. But what I can do is I can show you how to do it yourself. So this is what Rinpoche has done, yeah? He's showing us how to do it, and also not only that, but this is the incredible lineage of blessing, yeah? This is what, in our Vajrayana tradition, we have a long lineage, yeah? And we have a close lineage, yeah? So more close than this it couldn't be. This is from Rinpoche, yeah? So we're the first generation, yeah? It's like bread just out the oven. It's the most warm, fresh, energetic teaching, yeah? So please, all of you, Rinpoche follower and friend, let's try and put this into practice, yeah? And then, also, by the way, this is really will create the course for Rinpoche to swiftly return, no? If we actually do, no? So we will try, no? Okay, we'll try and do that together, okay? Okay, so then on the next page it says editors, so that was Rinpoche's preface, okay? And then there's the editor's dedication, which says, out of boundless compassion, TYS Lama Genshin Rinpoche has offered to all of us innumerable and profound wisdom keys to the NgalSo practice. He has taken us hand in hand, heart to heart, on a journey through the teachings and practices of Sutra and Tantra, so that we can achieve physical and emotional healing, spiritual realizations, and true inner peace on the gross, subtle, and very subtle levels. He has repackaged the ancient Buddhist teachings into the NgalSo practices and gifted them to us so that we can find real solutions to the difficulties we experience in our everyday life. It is therefore with deep gratitude and respect that we dedicate the merits accumulated from the practices contained within this book to the swift return of our spiritual guide and heart friend, TYS Lama Genshin Rinpoche. Okay, beautiful, no? Actually, that was written by Sarah and Sharon, yeah, okay, and Carmen. They wrote that. Beautiful, no? Okay. We're so lucky, yeah, okay. So now, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate, I'm going to switch off my streaming, and we're going to switch over to Albagnano, and we're going to do the practice together, yeah? So, of course, many of you know very well how to do the practice. If there's any new people, this may be all very new to you, but don't worry. You know, just do the practice together, and gradually everything will become clear, yeah? Okay? Okay, so I'll switch off, I'll dedicate, and I'll see you again at 5 o'clock tomorrow, yeah? Okay, so we'll do like this. I'll stream every day from 5 to 6:15 European time, and then I'll switch off my stream and we'll go over to Albagnano for the combined practice. If we find any other better technical solution, then we'll try and stream from Albagnano, which would be the best, yeah? Anyway, next year I'm going to be in Albagnano, so this is just once, yeah? Okay, so anyway, so let me just dedicate, and we'll do the practice together, yeah? So if anybody hasn't downloaded your sadhana, now would be a good time to do so. Om Bishwa Shanti Hum. 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 By the power of the truth, peace and bliss forever. By the power of the truth, peace and bliss forever. By the power of the truth, peace and bliss forever. Nimo dele sendele, nime koya dele shin. Nin sentatu dele pel, conjo sungi jingil, conjo sungi nutruso, conjo sungi tashisho. Migme sewe te genre, drime kiempe, wampo jampe. Dupumalu Jomse Sam Ganchen Gepe Zuge Sonka Lozan Drape Shabla Sohwade. Okay, now I'm going to switch off, and the stream and the link will come for Albagnano, and me and you will all do the NgalSo combined practice together. So I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, okay? And we'll continue to understand something of Rinpoche's beautiful practice. See you later, yeah?